everybody. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to update you on a few different crafts that I've already done. Now, some of you might have already seen my jewelry tutorials with these crosses. Okay, so with these crosses, some of you didn't see the part where I was winding the wire. Okay, so I will be adding that part in the end where the center is being wrapped. Okay, so that's part of that. Then the next one is my candy canes. Some of you didn't see when I added the fish hooks for the earrings. It's really simple, and I'll show you what you had to do. I can even tell you now. Some of you are visual and you want to see it. So what you do is when you're putting the beads, you have to determine where you want these earring fish hooks. Like for instance, do you want it on the top, or do you want it back here so they slant when they hang on your ears? So what you have to do is count, because the next one you want to do same way. So it's better that you count your beads and then place it where you want, because it's easier to hook these, to thread them through along with your beads rather than open them up and try to fit them in between your beads. Because it's hard to get your jewelry working tools to do that, and some of you might have an easier time, but it's much easier for you to go ahead and thread your beads, then put your earring hook where you want it, and then put the rest of your beads, seal the end with the loop or a little hook, L hook, and then go ahead and bend your candy cane to get the arch. Okay, so the next thing are these snowman earring. I made two different ways with two different kinds of beads, as you can see here. And these are more pearlesque, and these are more whiter with octa. Now you can make bigger ones. All of these, you can make bigger ones with ornaments. Just a thicker gauge wire, like 14 gauge or whatever gauge you like that's thicker, and bigger beads. And then instead of the top, you make a small loop, you make a larger loop, and then you can add ribbon or ornament hooks, and they can become ornaments, or a bigger one for a pendant, whatever you want. If you like really big earrings, then you can do the same thing for earrings. So all of these can be turned into ornaments as well as pendants, earrings, and whatnot. Okay, so those were the updates. But on these, I have an update for you, what you can do. So I'm going to be showing you that now. So first, let's start with the crosses. And I'm going to show you that right now about the crisscross to make the initial crisscross so that you can put the beads on, and how to do then the wrapping. Okay? The other day I made a video jewelry tutorial about making crosses 3 different ways. Now, I got a few comments saying, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Okay, here's the deal. I didn't realize my camera wasn't getting it at the time until I edited it, but it was too late. I made it, but I did go over it a few times, and I didn't do it in front of you. Although I did most of it, I just didn't do the part where I crisscross. So some of you need to visually see it, and I get it because it's mostly beginners here. So, okay, so this is 20 gauge wire. Now you can use thicker, but it's going to be harder to wrap around, so you could always use thicker for the longer piece, and then for the cross across, you can use a thinner piece. Now you can cut 3 inches on one and 4 inches on the other, or 5 and 4. It doesn't matter, because you need a little excess because you will be winding it, and then you can remedy that by trimming it. Okay, so now say this is my cross. Alrighty, you're going to take your wire and hold it to about where you're going to want it, maybe up a little higher. Now you're going to take a piece, one piece, and wrap it, and we're going to be tight about this, around the other one. Make a, see, and that, and do just one like that, not completely around, but till you get to that part. Now take the other side and kind of go on top and wrap it around. Now it's going to be kind of wonky and lopsided. You don't want the one higher, one lower effect. So this is where your jewelry working tools come into play. And you're going to take them and squeeze it so that this is on top, and that'll be the back, okay? And then we're going to take the front part, I don't know if you've seen this, And then we're going to squeeze the wire so they're neat. Now, it's going to be able to move up and down, so don't worry about that. And you can straighten the wires easily, but we want to make sure that this one, if you can see, and if that happens to you, you can simply put your wire right through back again and thread it, okay? So the purpose is to have the crisscross, but you don't want it to be one higher and one lower. So this is the annoying part. You got to try to get it on top and then squeeze it, okay? If you can see what I did there. So now they're more level, but once you put the beads, it kind of evens out. And don't worry, it won't be so wobbly, okay? And spinny like this. So did you see what I did? I had to get 2 pieces of 20 gauge wire. One can be 4 or 5 inches. The other one can be 3 or 4 inches. It doesn't even matter because you can trim it. And you want to leave enough because you have to wind. So you wind one around till it gets to there, not all the way. And then the other one around till it gets to the other side. And you kind of even it out. And it makes a loop. And then you get your jewelry working tools and kind of scrunch them into a neater line of that. And then you affix it on the other side so that it's sitting kind of on top. Okay, so now you got that? That was just an update because some of you asked. For these 2 snowman earrings, I used flat. They're kind of round, see? But they're round, but they're flat. They're flat on either side, all of these, because that's the scarf. Now, if you didn't want to do that, here's something different. We do the same thing. You cut your wire, straighten it, make the loop at the end so your beads don't fall out, thread your beads, but instead of that, you get some of this wire. Now I have red and I have green. It was a 10-pack and it was from BB Craft, and that's my cat meowing, and it is dead soft wire. See how easy it is and flexible? It's very soft, okay? So you cut yourself a piece of that. Don't worry, cut yourself a little bigger piece, and then you wind it where you want the scarf. So put your 2 beads, take that, wrap one end around, then wrap the other end around, then twist it in the front if you want, and then there, and then cut it and then kind of bend it. That would be the new scarf. And again, if you want a face on these with buttons, go ahead and take a Sharpie and make 2 little dots, mouth, and buttons. If you don't like that look, take a Q-tip with rubbing alcohol and that'll take the Sharpie off. Rubbing alcohol takes the Sharpie marks off of clothing, your body, anything really, walls. Anything you get Sharpies on, use some rubbing alcohol and it'll take it right off with a Q-tip, okay? And so that was just another alternative I wanted to show you. You can, again, get these flat beads. What I'm going to show you is, see, for the hat, you get one bigger round flat on each side and then a little kind of seed beady thing. But see, this is what the bead looks like. It's flat. It's like a donut. It's flat on both ends, but it's round. But it makes a great hat. See? That's the hat rim. And then for the top, you get a bead, you know, slightly smaller. If you want a bigger hat, because you're using bigger beads, then get a bigger donut bead and a bigger top bead to make the top of the hat. You have to do. See, and he's cute, and he's got his little scarf, and you can make it look like the scarf's blowing in the wind. You can bend it. That's just another option if you didn't want to use another bead for that, to make it look more different. Now you can use the green. I also have green, red. You can make different ones. And you can get this. Now, if I find the link for this, I'll put it there. But if you want to see in my jewelry tutorial playlist, I have an unboxing and review of all the items that I got from BB Crafts a few years ago, and these were in there. Now I'm going to check if that link needs updating, but I will put the link to that video, and if the link is fine, then I'll leave it there because it's under that video in the description box. But if not, I'll find the updated link and put that in this video under the description box, okay? So here it is. It's so simple. 3 different ways to make the snowman. You can get fancy, dainty beads that, you know, or any kind of beads you want as long as they're white of some sort. And then the fat little round donut bead, and then a littler bead, tea bead, whatever, or a small bead. And if you want to make an ornament, just make it bigger. Bigger gauge and everything. And I get these like flat donut round beads. I got it from, you can get it from Hobby Lobby and Michaels, and it usually comes like this. It's about $10, but they usually have sales. See, the price is right there. Now, it comes mixed beads, so you can look, and they have a lot of them in there, of these little donut ones in different shapes. But I never seen them sold alone, so I'm pretty sure they are, so you can look for those. But those make perfect little hat rims. So if you're looking for something to do that, that's what I use. And again, all of these items you can make ornaments out of. So then once you're done threading the beads, after you make your little loop at the end, you thread your beads, you wrap the wire, cut a piece of wire, wrap it. Again, one end, then the other, and then bend it any way you want to make it look like it's blowing in the wind or whatever. Draw your face, your buttons. Then you want to cut the excess and make the loop, and then attach your earring fish hook like I did on this one, okay? And if you're making it as an ornament, naturally you would make the loop larger, and then you would get an ornament hook or a ribbon or whatever you want. If you're making a pendant, you can make this bigger and the loop bigger, put a jump ring and put it on a choker or a chain if you want to make a matching set. So that's just 3 different ways you can make the snowman, okay? So this was just a quick update on these items that I did. If you haven't seen any of these jewelry tutorials, then get to my jewelry tutorial playlist now. And make sure that you're subscribed and you click that bell for future notifications so you're updated when I post new content. And I hope you like this quick, fast, easy update, and make sure you check out all my other videos and playlists, as well as my jewelry tutorial playlist for all my jewelry tutorials, so that you'll know that you can make it if you're stuck in the house because it's winter, there's snow, it's good craft, and you might want to get cracking on these because Christmas is coming soon. So happy holidays, and I'll see you in my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.